Hello. Hello, people. It is 8 o'clock. I've been doing some videos for the other channel and I thought I would just go live randomly. There's no quiz or anything. I don't know if anyone will join, but obviously if anyone wants to, they can. And I'm just going to have a cup of tea. Oh, it's so nice. So, yeah, I just thought, why waste the makeup? Even though I scare you either way, but I just, you know what I mean. But I thought my eyeshadow was really good today, so I was like, just not waste it, you know what I mean? This light is terrible, but it is what it is. Although my skin looks good, I think. But yeah, I just thought random, why not? If anyone wants a link, give us a shout. I will send it out. But wait a minute, pressing buttons. I can't type and talk because I'll start typing what I'm saying. But yeah, right, done that. So yeah, I just thought I'll see you about. Let's come on for a chat. I didn't have any quiz questions prepared, although I've got a billion of them, you know, from the past that I had before. But I just thought, oh, come on, I feel a bit relief because I'm in the middle of doing in the middle of this appeal, but I've put my appeal papers in, so now it's just the hearing whenever that is. But at least that side of it's done. Do you know what I mean? Just to get something out there. But yeah. So what's everyone been up to? Anything interesting? Have you been anywhere? Have you done anything? I got my new back door. No euphemism intended. I'm going to see if I can find the picture somewhere because mine was broke. Where is it? There. So yeah, mine was knackered. There. My new door looks lovely, and you can just see my new floor at the bottom, and we new paint, which is like it's a green. It's a lovely green. I'm not starting, Sharon. Would I? I mean, would I? Honestly. So anyway, yes, I'll just say hello to you. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Dodo. Hi, Jewel. And anyone else who's watching that hasn't commented, hello to you too. If anybody wants a link, just give us a shout and I will send it on. As I said, got that sorted. Back door's been done. We're coming to do the damp tomorrow. What else? There's something else. Is that, you know when there's something else and you can't remember? Oh, a hospital appointment, but it was changed. Just about my machine. I were there. I can never do the right one. I were there. Do the hat. Do the what? Do the dance. What? What are you on about, Sharon? Do the what? Do the hat. Do the dance. It's confusing. So yeah. Thank you, Joe. It is actually, it's the council, but like the one I had was like the wood one, and every time it rained, it swelled, and every time it swelled, no one could get in and out of it. So I had to get it like shaved down, I suppose, every time. And it got to the point where it wasn't fitting. So like it was just letting all the cold in. It was freezing. So finally after 5 years, yeah, 5 years, I've replaced it. And it's much better because it's plastic, so it's not going to have that problem, which is good. What did I say? I have no clue, Sharon, because I can't remember what I said 5 seconds ago. Never mind, like, 3 hours later. But yeah, I had like, what was it? 12 appointments, I think, this month. But that was only up until the 20th. So it was quite busy. So it was like, this. The radiator needs looking at because it's really badly rusty in the kitchen. We said the back door thing, the damp in the bedroom, that was 3, and then the roof, because the roof was leaking. That one's been done, and then the roofing and the guttering are not the same people apparently, which I find a bit weird, because isn't your guttering on your roof, like on the edge of your roof anyway? But anyway, because like where I live, there's trees right over, so there's always like moss and leaves and everything, and so it was just pouring from the guttering. But they did the front, but not the back, and didn't knock on, which, because it's like mine's back to front, if you know what I mean. So like the road is at the back, and there's no road at the front. So people always get confused. Try and get in the back gate because the back gate's locked. I have a dog. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a pain in the arse. It is. So I've got the hospital thing. I've got my sling thing. I've got the damp guy, and whatever else I can't remember. I just feel like it's just been never ending. You know what I mean? But yeah, hopefully it'll be all right. God, my arms look so wide. It's my shoulder. Like if I put my shoulders up, it's my arm. Well, that one's always swollen, but yeah, it is what it is. So I need to I need to speak to George and get the banishment back up and running. See when I can get that sorted for, and whoever else wants to do it, obviously, and then maybe have a few of the oldie ones come back. The oldie ones, the old ones come back, yes. And they can come on and if they want to, but with them, I'm not going to do another whole show just with them. It'll be like, say, 5, me and 5 others, and then they'll all get like 3 random things each. You know what I mean? I'm thinking of doing it that way. If that is, there's 5 people to come back. And I need to go back through my notes because I have got loads of ideas, and then I want to see what else I can do. Something I think we need something new. I mean, I know, like, obviously this is cool and Reseller Run. I'm seeing like picking Resell up there, saying it's cool and all that, but like, people seem to like Banishment and Reseller Run. The Reseller Run is really hard to put together. There's a lot. I mean, it's probably the most work out of everything, which seems odd, but because there's so many parts to it, and I have to make up stupid rhymes as part of it. Why did I ever do that? Why? And in my notes, I was looking at I want to I think at one point I'd like to put my poems into something. I was talking to Sharon and Ian last night, and I think it would be nice to put them maybe do something for like mental health further down. I don't know when, but in one of my charity things. But it's the, if you don't buy them outright, like I did with the calendars, the costs become ridiculous, because if you get someone to put it together for you and then people go to them to buy it, you only get like a tiny percentage of it, and it doesn't like then put very much to the charity. Do you know what I mean? And so at least like, I kind of want to do it like I did with the calendars, in the sense that if I buy them up front, then like, apart from covering the costs, at least the charity gets at least half, because like the calendars made like, I don't know, just short of 700 quid or somewhere around there, if I remember right. Whereas like if I'd have done that through a third party, where they issue it and send it out, the charity would have probably got 200 quid. Do you know what I mean? Maybe 300 quid. I'm not sure, because I don't actually know the full things, but I've looked at it before and it just looked really expensive. So I don't know. I'll come up with something someday, I suppose. It'd be nice to do it though. Where am I? I have notes and notebooks. I'm packaging now, so I don't have to do it in the morning, and I can go out. Right, you just go straight out in the morning. Chicken lips. What happens if you stand up too quickly? I fall down because I can't stand up. I don't know what happens if you stand up too quickly. Chicken lips, hasn't he? But yeah, it's now waiting 10 minutes for the end at the joke, or was it actually not a joke? It was just a question. I don't know. The answer is I don't know. But yeah, it should be. It should, yeah. It would be good to do it. You know what I mean? And also, I would like to do a calendar again, I think, but not like maybe 2025 or something. I don't know. I'll see. There's just like, there's lots of ideas, and then obviously I've got loads of ideas for charity stuff, but then I want to get back out again so that I can go back to doing my outside vlogs and that. I do miss it. I said I also want to do a bit of I want to do a video about the machine over there that I've mentioned before. And I can't remember. I did have lists, but yeah. Is there anything anyone would like to see? That's a different question. I mean, I'm not saying I'll do it, because at the end of the day, I tend to do the things that I enjoy, which is probably why I would never make it like big reseller or a big reseller, a big what's it called? Internet superstar. Not that I want to be one either, but like I tend to just do what I enjoy. But I'm happy to listen to suggestions, because you never know, people might have good ideas instead of my crazy ones. Sometimes I have to be calmed down, like, and yeah, just you're going a bit far there, Leonie. YouTube star, yeah, that's what I meant. Couldn't think of it, but mind blanks and that. But yeah, I'd like to get back out. I think because the weather's terrible at the minute. I'm assuming it's like minus everywhere. We've had snow as well, and obviously it's not weather for a wheelchair at the moment. So I'm thinking just it'll probably be a couple more months before I get out and about properly. And I'd like to, I mean, I haven't been in a town or down the park for like well over a year, which is sad, you know what I mean? There's new swans down the park that have turned up when they're all gone. So I'd like to get back out with my camera and then photograph them. Because I haven't took any photos since September. And prior to that, I haven't took any photos since I don't know, not that long ago. And I know like my arm's tough, but I still found a way of doing it. I mean, it ached a lot more the next day, but you know, it's worth the pain, I guess, worth the pain. But yeah, I'd like to get back out because I do miss it. I do miss it, and I've got charity shop jewellery that I need to take back because I've sorted it out for her. So I've got to do that as well. But yeah, it'll be good to get back out again. And once the weather clears up a bit, I think probably wait till March because we always use like every year I've remembered, it's always much colder in January and March, January to March than it is right like before Christmas. So yeah, I don't do. I liked when you done crafts. I think crafts there, but I suppose that's what they are. Did you try them out? I haven't. I was going to do all sorts, and it just hasn't happened. But yeah, I need to try something else. I'm just not very good at it. That's the problem. God likes to try, though, as they say. Not that I'm religious, but you know, I will. I need to, because I looked at, is it cross stitch? I find it complicated. It doesn't make sense in my head. And crochet, and I only ever was able to do basic knitting, and obviously when I knitted the boyfriend thing, like that proved that. My plan was, I've seen someone, I don't know if you've ever done these, Dodo, but they made giant pom-poms, and I just thought, oh wow, that looks so cool, but I wouldn't know where to start. I just assumed you'd need giant bits of cardboard, but I don't know if I remember. I remember putting cardboard together. Was it two pieces like of circles? We used to cut them out with a mug. So there was like a mug and then like, you know, more of a dainty cup for the middle bit. That's what my mum did. And then we wrapped all the wool round and round and round and round for ages, like forever. And then obviously you cut along them, don't you? All the way around. Then you tie them off with, I think that's how you do them. And then you tied them through the middle of the two pieces of cardboard and a knot, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have a look. I'll have a think about it. But yeah. Oh, you saw them on Instagram. Oh, you remember doing them as well. Do a mukbang stream and stuff your face with chocolate cake. Sounds like fun. You made the small one with the kids, mind. But look, I lose patience. Yeah, that's what I mean. You got to have patience for these things, don't you? Like obviously, Dodo was brilliant at crafts and stuff. Like I just wish I had an ounce of her talent because she's amazing. I was just looking at my blanket the other day. Still blows me away. It's my sister-in-law was looking at it and she was like, where'd you get this? I was like, oh, my friend made it. She's so talented. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Lenny and chat. That's right, with the cardboard. Oh, you're a crafter as well. Yeah, so it was the two rings of cardboard, wasn't it? Like I said, I remember doing that. I remember doing finger knitting, which me finger knitting always just ended up with scarves for me Barbie, and making daisy chains. But obviously, I don't suppose it's crafting and that, but finger paintings. And we always used to make streamers. I don't know if you ever did this. Sometimes we used cardboard. It depends what we had. Sometimes we used cardboard. Sometimes we used the tissue paper. And then we used to cut strips and then stick them together and then make really long streamers for our bedroom for Christmas and things like that, or birthdays and stuff. I always remember doing that. I also always remember when I was with kids that it was always like, how there's a half a roll of wallpaper left from somewhere you've been decorating, like my parents had, and they would roll it out across the floor, and then there would be a shoe on each corner, this long, like at the length of the sitting room, so it'd be like 10 foot or 15 foot or whatever, and there'd be a shoe on each corner, and we always used to make a scene, like as some sort of like whatever it was, picture, it could be like an outside scene or an inside scene, a Christmas theme, whatever it was. We always used to do it, all three of us, and have our own part. And I love doing that. And making scribble patterns, like you literally just scribble all over in different ways, and then colour each little bit in different. It's mad what you remember. Not with the kids, love, but it takes so much wrapping the wall. Yeah, it's just frustrating, isn't it? And that's why I like looking at the big ones. I'm thinking, oh my God, if I did that and then it went wrong, can you imagine how you'd feel? You would be like so annoyed, like that you did all that and then it went wrong. Because I remember now and then things going wrong. Like with them, I'm sure I probably didn't do it properly. You know what I mean? Hi, Elaine. We do diamond painting, which is like cross stitch, putting resin drills into a canvas and make a picture at the end, and helps with mental health. Yeah, I've seen those. My niece, in fact, I bought them for my niece. Hi, Julie.
Hello.
Hello, and welcome. We're just talking about crafting because obviously I'm so good at it. As you know, because you've met my boyfriend.
Anyway, I've got something on my screen. I was like looking at it. It doesn't matter.
It's me. I'm on your screen. Yeah, Elaine was just saying. Yes, I'm saying I do. My crafting's so good. You've met my boyfriend, haven't you? And Elaine was saying that she does diamond painting. And I've seen the diamond where you stick the pins in. I think that's what it is, but it's all glittery, isn't it? I'm sure I bought them for my niece because she's done loads of them. She loves them. But
yeah. Is that the one that you use? Like it's like those. What do you call them for your eyebrows when you pluck them? Pluckers things. What are they called?
Tweezers.
Tweezers, that's the word. I think you use a little tweezer or something to pick up the diamonds. I think I've seen a video or something. I haven't done one though.
No, I haven't done one. I'm terrible. It's like I can concentrate to a point, but I'm terrible for finishing anything.
I'm just thinking back to your crafting videos when you did jewellery or stones or something. You did round a something.
Oh, it's a wreath of jewellery wreath.
Oh, a wreath.
No, yeah. That was frustration on a different level. That Sharon said wrapping your exercise books in wallpaper. God, I loved doing that when I was at school. Did you do that?
Yeah. And I used to trace over it with like a piece of tracing paper and a pencil to get the design as well.
Yeah.
But I got bored.
I used to my dad only ever bought wood chip. That was like wood. We had wood chip all over the house because it was like long lasting or whatever you thought. I used to pick the little bits of wood chip off in annoyance, just to
we had. It would have been very like 1970s flowery, really bright coloured wallpaper, and it stood out. And then there was a totally different carpet, but very flowery carpet as well. And then different colour again for the curtains that were really flowery. Everything was flowery.
Honestly, it was mad. Jackie says, you definitely sound like a crafter as you have tried so many. This is definitely a sign of a crafter, lol. Oh, Jackie, if you've watched any of my previous crafting videos, you will know I am no crafter. I try. I'm a trier, not a crafter. But yeah, and everyone likes to watch them just because I get frustrated, I think. But yeah, I do. I look at people's work who are really good, like I said, and I'm just blown away and think, why can't I do that? Mine's always terrible. But yeah, Sharon says, "Oh yeah, Leonie's woolly boyfriend." Jules,
Yeah.
Sharon, and Jack, you're all saying hi to you.
Oh, hello. Oh, I can see the
Oh,
chat
yeah.
now.
Oh, you got your chat up.
Yeah, I forgot to sign into the chat, so I kind of write in it. But I'm here. So hello.
Yeah. Hello. I haven't listened to your message back yet, by the way, but I will when this is done. Cara came early, so I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it, just do it, and then chill out later on, watch them. That's what my plan is. Where am I? Sharon says the small piddly diamond things would do my head in. Yeah, I think you would do well. Your crafting would be as good as mine, I reckon. Dodo says, "Oh yeah, the wreath, but it was just the wrong glue. It was the wrong glue. I bought numerous glues. Do you remember us doing the wreath with the jewelry, the broken jewelry?
Do I?
Yeah. Do you remember doing it?
Yeah, and you couldn't use a glue gun because
I glued my fingers together. Well, I was scared of using. I was scared of using a glue gun with it being on like the air mattress because I thought if the glue gun goes in the air mattress and I'm just like, I mean, it probably wouldn't go around the room, like it'll just go. But yeah, I was worried about it because I just thought, it'll be no good. So I thought, no, I'll stick with these, whatever I bought, and yeah, I tried all sorts, and then I was sticking them on, and I thought they were on, and then they'd fall off, and then it was just so frustrating. But yeah, Sharon said, yeah, wood chip will be there even if the house fell down. That's so true. It is. It's so true. Leonie's new channel, Crappy Crafts. Yeah, yes.
It's got a ring to it.
It does, doesn't it? Hi, Chris. Hi, Stoll. We're using the term wreath loosely here. Yes, we are. Yes, it was circular, and that's it.
And it was loose.
And it was loose, yes. And it was broken. Poor thing. But did you what was I going to say there? Have you seen them really big pom-poms that you can make?
I like for hanging as decorations.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did
that. Yeah, I want to do one, but I think it'll just be terrible.
You never know. Might be brilliant.
Or either that, or I'll accidentally I'll do it loads and loads, and then it'll go wrong. Do you know what I mean? When you go to cut it open and you've got to put the thing through to keep it together, I'll fall out or something, and I'll be so frustrated because it takes ages to wrap all the thing round.
Yeah, the stuff round, yeah. And then you'll end up just with a pile of clipped up wool.
Yeah. I'll be like, yeah, I'll be so funny. Jackie says crafting is the best for mental health, and it's kept me going for many years. Honestly, like I get that through the photographs, taking photos, but whatever you get that helps with your mental health is great. You know what I mean? Sol says, I see giant bundles of wool. Shall I get you one next time I see one? Are you tempting me, Stephen? You just want me to have an accident with wool somehow. Yeah. Yeah. Pom-poms are also used by swingers. Okay, Sharon. Okay.
And why did Sharon know that?
Have you not seen her at ceiling in her house, man? She can't even fit anymore on. Just kidding. Hi, Sylvia. So what you been up to today anyway?
Well, in that message I recorded,
you told me, did you?
Yeah, not the first one. I went, is this working?
Yeah, and I was like, yes, Judy, it's working. I was laughing, thinking, yeah,
No, I got a phone call on the house phone at 5 o'clock to tell us that the power outage that had happened overnight due to the snow was now rectified. And I was like, well, thank you very much for waking me up.
Oh my God.
And I couldn't
That's
get
like
back.
that's when the doctor rang me in the middle of the night to tell us I had diabetes from the hospital, or suspected that.
Right. Well, I thought it was maybe my mum or dad, phoning, because anything overnight, it's normally them, So I ended up getting up. I couldn't get back off to sleep. So I was doing some of my assignment at 6 o'clock this morning for my university course.
If you're awake, why not? You might as well.
And like Paul was asleep, so it was quiet,
So Stephen says, I want it so big it blocks your back entrance. That's going to be like there's a running joke because of my back door, because I've got a new back door, so this has become a running joke. But that'll be like the size of a moon or something. Hi, Pete. But yeah, have you got any plans for the rest of the week?
Sorry, I'm looking over there because I wrote up my little whiteboard to remind me what I'm supposed to do this week.
And have you done any of those things?
Not yet, because I only wrote it this morning. I'm supposed to do it every Monday, but I always forget.
Yeah.
But I've got a meeting with a gentleman tomorrow online.
Oh.
It's to do with uni. I'd asked for it'd been asked if I wanted a mental health mentor to help me.
All right.
Whilst I'm doing uni study, like I'm not putting pressure on myself, that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And just to keep me going and on task and that. So this guy got in contact with me. It was a bit like a dating line sort of thing, because I got an email from the Home Tuition Scotland to say that they were taking their time to find selection process of, pairing me up with somebody that would be suitable for me. And this went on for about 2 months. And eventually I got a message from this guy who is, I think he's from Belgium originally, but he worked in London and he's now in Edinburgh. But anywho, he basically told me his life story on a phone message and then said that he would like to help me. So
all right,
I'm having my first meeting tomorrow to see if we bond.
Yeah, you have to get the right person, don't you?
Yeah. So
when I was going through it, I had a peer support worker as well as my psychiatric nurse. I had a peer support worker, and because obviously he understood and had been through mental health struggles, it was good to have someone like him, because he, like I said, he understood. Plus, when we met, we hit it off straight away, and it was great. And he liked all the things I liked, because I love Game of Thrones and stuff, and he did. And so we had loads to talk about. He loved Marvel, I love Marvel. So there was loads of stuff to talk about, which was great. And he was just a lovely lad. I'm still a guy, because he was in, I think he was in probably his late 20s. But yeah.
Okay. Well, this guy, I've actually looked him up online, because he's obviously got his own practice.
Yeah.
I looked him up, and he's obviously when he was working in London, he'd taken the picture, so he'd been in a fancy building high up, and it's all panels of glass. And he's modeling himself standing, posing,
yeah,
at the window, and looking very glamorous.
At the window,
at the window, just look at me.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if we bond. Yeah.
It's funny you were talking about taking a photo of yourself. When I was doing the photos for the appeal thing, and my brother took the photo, and it was from behind of me, and I didn't want to. I kind of didn't want my face to be in it, but I had to be in it because I couldn't get out of being in the bed or whatever, and I needed my wheelchair to be in the room as well. So either way, I had to be in it somehow. So he says, "Well, I'll just take it from behind over there, and then just don't look this way." So in the picture, I'm looking over there like this, and I'm watching the telly, but there's nothing on the telly. So I'm getting like, oh, what an idiot. But yeah, I've been there, but it was what it was.
So,
Right, where are we?
I was laughing at what you said as well about he took it from behind or you took it from behind.
Oh yeah. I shouldn't say things like that. We've already been talking about me back door all the time. I'll start it because I said to I think it was Ian, oh, the guy's just been to shave me back door, and he was like, what? You know what I mean? This is where it started from, honestly. Can see you now. It's always an innuendo on something rude or crude or whatever. Sharon says, easy, Stephen. She's had a new one, yeah. Fauna said, that sounded so very wrong. That's probably because it is. Stoll says, I went to bed at 7:30 p.m. and didn't get up till 11 a.m. Wow, you must have needed that then. You must have needed that. Stoll says, I know, Sharon, I thought it could act as a draft excluder. What, a big pom-pom is a draft excluder. Can you imagine? It would work, though. It would, it would keep you warm, I reckon. Sylvia says, Junie goes catfishing, lols, doing the online thing with the men. Joy saying hello to us both. Hello, Joy.
Hello, Joy.
Stephen says, does he specialise in vertigo?
Well, he specialises in a lot of things. I'm not quite sure if it's part of his job, some of the stuff he specialises in. I really need to get this out of my system because I know I'll just laugh when he's on. Yeah. He'll be serious and going, and how can I help you, Jude? And I'll be like,
oh, if he's like, just hope he's not one of them, I feel your pain. Julie, I can feel it. Don't worry, I'll get rid of it for you.
Well, he did say, he did say on the phone that he is ready to fix me.
Oh, fix you! Wow.
And what is your problem?
Just asking if he's got a screwdriver and a spanner. Honestly, that's so weird. I'm ready to fix you. Mm-hmm. No, honestly, that sounds. I don't think. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be someone you can get on with. Yeah, he sounds like he thinks a lot of himself.
Yeah, he like, honestly, if I was to show you his online profile, he's like selling himself.
Oh my God.
It's very much, he's like lists off all his training over the last years, you know what I mean? And what he does. So I think he's a psychotherapist. I think that's what you said.
I thought you were going to say, I think he's a psycho. Just leave it there. Okay. Sounds about right.
So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow afternoon's meeting.
Standing ready with the super glue. What for? What you need in the super glue for? I've lost. Sharon says, can he wallpaper as well?
I'll ask.
Yeah. But did he wallpaper his exercise books? That's what we need to know. You'll probably bring me back to childhood times, anyway. So. BCP says, if someone tells you their life story by text, I'd be worried they've got a 5,000 text bundle to use up and they found a victim.
You know what though? When he left the first voice message, I actually messaged him back and just said, if you are the person that's supposed to be my tutor for mental health support, please phone back. If you're not, please ignore this message.
Did you think you were supporting him because he just told you all his problems?
Yeah.
You should have said, are you the tutor or am I? I think you probably help him more. It seems a bit.
I need to get all these strange thoughts out of my head for tomorrow.
So, will this help though? Because tomorrow you're going to be thinking of all these thoughts that we've all said in the middle of him, especially if he says something that someone's mentioned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you'd
You
be
know,
like,
I've been thinking all sorts since I saw his profile. So it's like,
my God, why did they find this guy?
well, well, there's a company in Scotland that that employs folk. And I
Mhm.
think some of them are obviously like self-employed, so they obviously found the one that was available
Yeah,
for me. So yeah, I'll go in with an open mind, honest.
yeah.
But I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
quite.
all you can do, really. In all seriousness, it's all you can do. And you never know, you might get on with him. You
Yeah,
might
like I
just,
didn't. Sorry, I didn't quite take him on the phone, but it's possibly he's nervous as well. Do you know what I mean? So
probably. Sylvia says, are you sure they didn't get mixed up and hook you up with a professional gentleman?
is that like an escort?
I'm guessing that's what she means, yes.
Well, he is quite nice looking
Oh,
for
well, not bad then.
for a psychotherapist.
Yeah, but hopefully he Sharon says, if he offers you extra services, ask him.
I'm not paying for it anyway. It's free. It's
It's
helping you
free.
work.
Getting
Yeah,
all free
it's
services.
paid.
Yeah. Hopefully he's good, like I said.
Yeah,
But
I'm sure.
you do need to get the right, person. I think like, if anyone's tried getting like help like that, you do need to have someone you can connect with, don't you?
Yeah.
I think like, when I a few things that I've been through, like with that sort of stuff, if it's not the right person, it just doesn't work. It's the same with like, those what they're called, like speaking, what they're called, got a proper name, mindfulness video speaking things.
Yeah.
Like I had I listened to one of them. Well, I listened to loads, and there was quite a few I couldn't get away with. Some of them were like robotic, the voices and that didn't work for us. Anyway, I found this one that was, thought, oh, this one's a nice one, and it was like, close your eyes and listen to your breathing. Imagine that you're on a beach and it's lovely and sunny and you can feel the sand and da 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 da. And it was going along all like this, and I was like, oh, this is lovely. And then it went, and now you're above your body, floating above your body, and you can see yourself above. And I was like, no, like I can't. It's just no. This is not the no. And so yeah, that got switched off. It was all right to that point.
So you started floating.
Yeah, and like looking at my body from above, and I'm like, and just let all your worries. No, if I'm floating above my body, there definitely needs to be some worries. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I was thinking to myself, was I supposed to take a drug in the middle of this thing to do that? You know what I mean? Like, was that meant to be? But yeah. Sylvia says, hopefully it has a happy ending with lots of laughing emojis. I wonder what she means. When you make well, I didn't make it, but when you get a nice cup of tea and it's like the best cup of tea, you know what I mean? Like so perfect. Am I just old or something and saying that?
No, I like a good pot of tea. Good pot of tea.
Yeah.
But don't always get it. Like I had when did I go out was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday, because I'd forgotten I was going anywhere. I went out and they'd used tea leaves instead of a tea bag in the pot.
Yeah.
And it just tasted fish. I remember saying it now. Tasted fishy, as in like old.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Back of a cupboard, and it wasn't nice. I could only have like half a cup, and I was like, I don't like this. So
no, it's not good,
was
is it?
No,
not good. I ordered at Asda. I usually get a Tesco, and for a cheap, Asda does cider ice lollies. I don't know why I'm eating ice lollies in the freezing, but they're obviously lower in calories, and it's something to have. Do you know what I mean? So the cider ice lollies are amazing. So I ordered 2 boxes of them because I know David will eat them and all. And I thought, I'll get, because I'll get some of their, like their pasta salad boxes, what they do, the fresh ones. So I thought I'll order. They had them on offer. I think it was 2 for $3.50 or something. So I thought, well, I'll order, because it's easy, with the carers and that. I'll order 6, like 3 for me, 3 for David, right? So I chose like a ham salad pot, a chicken Caesar salad pot, and a tuna one for me. And then I chose, he likes allspice, so peri chicken something, chili one, and there was a spicy noodly one as well, right? So I orders them. Anyway, it come and I got like the receipt, and it said, oh, sorry, there's like so many substitutions. And so I've gotten the ham one, and they've substituted everything else for peri. So there's like now 1 ham one and 5 peri chicken pasta things. You went,
So
well, I didn't like it. So David started.
No, Paul's very much like that. He likes all like really spicy stuff.
Yeah.
And you'll buy like, like the really sort of spicy crisps that are, those really hot peppers and stuff, and go, just have a wee bit of the crisp. And I'm like, no, because I know if I have a wee bit, my face will burn, my mouth will burn.
Yeah.
And I'll have to drink water for the rest of the day, So no.
I don't like it anyway, but like even the slightest bit of spice starts my stomach, so it's just not worth it. Even so, do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, so Christ, I could have like tried to look for something else. Is it literally all I had left, or is that because no one buys them?
Yeah, they were just getting rid of them.
Yeah. Just for Sheila, have them all. It's fine. But,
I've heard about somebody ordering like a certain type of yogurts or whatever, and instead of replacing it with something similar yogurts, they gave them a loaf of bread instead as a substitute. I don't get that. I'm thinking yogurt bread.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Something that makes you wonder, like, what these kids do, like, when they go around and collect the food and, like, say, they can have that to be a laugh.
Just chuck it in.
I remember I was like, I got a Asda delivery, and, like, it was all my shopping, plus there was, like, 4 or 5 other bags of stuff that wasn't mine. This was a few years ago, right? And there was, like, all sort of organic meats and vegetables and everything. It was, like, I think it was like really expensive, all the stuff that was in it, because everything was organic and all that, Anyway, I rang them up to say that I've gotten these extra bags, and they just told me to keep it because I couldn't really take it back from us or whatever. I don't know. So I was like, fine, I'll keep it. You know what I mean? And then I think my sister the next week, she got a couple of extra bags in with her shopping. But hers was 10 tins of mushy peas and 10 tins of hot dogs, and I thought it was hilarious. And then I was like, who's buying 10 tins of mushy peas and hot dogs, and why are they? Do you know what I mean? It's a bit odd, but each to their own and all that, I suppose. Each to their own. So have you recovered now after your live?
Yeah.
Yes. Was it as bad as you thought?
Well, the first one was.
You could have just put notes up.
Mimed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found out about 20-25 minutes before I was due to go live that the mic wasn't working. And I had Lindsay on messaging me constantly through WhatsApp going, try this, try that, try that. And I'm like, I've tried everything.
Yeah.
And she says, go on anyway and just see.
Well, but you got there in the end.
Yeah. But I think I got a bit panicky between 3.5, 3, just because Paul's normally my techie support.
Yeah.
He was out having a walk in the snow and that, so I couldn't ask him and go, have a look, see what's wrong and that. So 5 minutes before 3:30, I was in tears on the phone with Lindsay. So I don't know how I managed to appear at 3:30, but hey-ho. It happened. Yeah.
And now it's all sorted, ready for the next one.
Yeah.
Have we made a decision when you're doing the next one?
But I'm hoping to start the show I was talking about at start of February. I haven't got a date yet or time, but it will be happening next month.
Yeah.
And that, so because I've done quite a lot of the, sorted all the questions. I've done a bit of setting up things on StreamYard, so I'm nearly there. So
yeah. Have you? What day have you decided? Have you decided on a day? You doing night time?
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm still trying to work out because obviously there's quite a lot of people on different days, that I actually follow as well. So it's trying to work out sort of. It probably would be sort of earlier evening, and that just because I'll probably be asleep by late evening.
What about before me on a Tuesday?
Yeah, because there's
nobody else on a Tuesday. If I do the banished bin, I'll probably do 9 o'clock. I see at 9 o'clock. So you could do 7 or something if you wanted early evening.
Okay.
I mean, you could do any day at the end of the day,
Like I'm trying to work out. I'll have to check when because I have evening tutorials, for my course.
Well,
lectures, but you call them tutorials. So I'll have to check for the next while to see if it's, if I've got any on their Tuesday night, because they're normally either Tuesday night, Wednesday night, or Saturday morning. So
yeah.
But yeah, it should be okay, but I'll need to check. But I will announce and everything. And I've I was telling
Friday night as well before, because if there's no one before Andrew, and he doesn't start till 8:30 if he does go live, so there's also there.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, but then there's more likely a chance of me drinking on a Friday than there is on a Tuesday. So.
But if you put it in a water bottle, no one will know.
Well, that's true.
I mean, I'm getting sloshed on vodka every night. No, not really. It sounds good. It's really water. But yeah.
Yeah. Like I've recorded, I was saying to Lindsay, I tried recording a little sort of voice introduction.
Yeah.
It sounds so bad. So bad that it might be actually quite funny. I don't know.
Okay. I've still never done an introduction on my channel. Still, I keep saying to my brother, "Oh, please, will you do it? Will you do it? You need to learn." I hate editing. Absolutely hate it with a passion. Like it's like the worst thing in the world. It's not really, but it's just I'm not good at it. I know I'm not good at it, and because I've got no interest in it, I find it really hard. Like I like being this side, and you know what I mean? Not that I ever thought I would, but I do like being this side. But the technical side and making it look cool, and how people put bubbles of what I'm supposed to be thinking, or all of those clever things that you can do, or like just I just look at it and think it's not exciting. I mean, it looks good, but it's not exciting. That's the same with the thumbnail. I use Canva, and Canva is really good, and you can do really good things on it. But probably have to pay for better stuff than I put out. But
because the Canva that I use, but I just use the free.
One.
There's ones that have the crown on them or something.
Which means the pro stuff you've got. And a lot of the things that you can do, I like how you cut out your picture kind of thing and put it in. Like my brother made me one for, I think it was a couple of Christmases ago, and it looked really good. And how like on the because obviously on my reaction channel, I just take a screenshot of somewhere in the video, and then use that as the thumbnail. Obviously on ones that I'm crying, I use them. It's not like clickbait around, but yeah.
And the fact is, you don't cry that much on that crying channel.
No,
that's right. Lainey Reacts channel.
Not Joel. I never cry. I did a video earlier and cried. So yeah, I never cried. But yeah, I just wish I was better at it. I wish I enjoyed it, but I don't. Like, if I know you can, like, isn't there like a website where you can get someone to do it for you and like you pay them or whatever? But obviously, I don't have money to be able to do that. And like I said, my brother, he can do it, but obviously he's got kids and everything and his own things that he has to do. And he comes and helps me twice a week as well. So like with like house stuff and that, like it's just another thing. But
like I was hoping that Paul might take some interest and maybe help me, but he's very much, it's your thing, you do it.
Yeah.
Anything to do with it. So it's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like I just wish, like, he's taught us things and shown us how to do stuff, and obviously I can't put a video together in the basic form of one, you know what I mean? But I would like to be able to do it better, but no, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Sharon, no, Lainey, I never thought you do clickbait. It's not clickbait really, because I'm not lying. I did cry lots of, because to me clickbait is like where someone puts something on and it'll be like, oh, see it, he walked out and he's not going back or something, and then it turns out to be like he walked out of his job. It turns out to be nothing that exciting or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I've noticed over time on YouTube, like especially there's like, I don't know if you ever watch any of the family ones on YouTube that are like loads of so yeah, the Sullivan family is one that just because they're Lossy Mouth, they've moved to Birkhead or somewhere now.
Yeah,
but there's another family, I can't remember the name, but they've got over 1 million subscribers, and they are very clickbaity all the time.
Is that the ones with the pies, who make the pies? What are they called?
No, it's not that one. The ones who do the dares and all that. No. This one, they've got their own like van, and they go away on holidays in the van, and the kids are homeschooled and stuff. And I think they've got about 6 kids now. She keeps popping them out. But they're I think near enough daily vlogs. But it's very clickbait. The title, you like think, oh, there's something really bad happened, and then you go on the video and it's
not. Yeah, and that's that's the thing. It's like I don't like that. You know what I mean? I don't like doing things like that. I think I find it annoying, so I wouldn't want to do that to someone. You know what I mean? You're sitting there and you're like, oh, you get like, watch till the end, and then it's like, why? Why did I waste my time? That was like terrible, but yeah. When I say I've cried, I've literally cried. It's no lies. But yeah, it just, yeah, it frustrates me. I need to approach it differently. I think I need to stop whinging about it, because I've got to do it as part of doing YouTube. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's part of it, so I have to do it. So I might as well not whinge about it and just do it. Because I've always not liked it, but I didn't like whinge so much before. But I think that's the problem as well, because I don't want to learn, because I don't like it. So I've got like the basics as I need, and that's it. So I haven't attempted to do anything. And plus, I used to put like loads of pictures in and all that, and it used to take loads of time, and you've got to find the right spot. And you got, you know what I mean? And it used to frustrate us so much. That I just.
Well, I only found out a couple of weeks ago that you can actually put like transitions between like one part of your video and the next part.
Yeah, like faded in and out, or.
Yeah, I didn't realise you could do that. And so I spent the next 2 hours playing about with all these transitions and lost 2 hours.
But that doesn't even interest me to play about with it. I was just like, yeah. Sharon says, the more you do it, Leonie, the easier it becomes. But you do realise I've done YouTube for nearly 5 years that it's not got any easier. Not got any easier. Well, is it this? Aye. So in August, it'll be 5 years since I started YouTube, which is mad to think, because never in a million years did I think. 24th of August was my first video, 2019.
Okay. Well, it would have been about a year later that I found you.
Yeah. You found me.
Yeah.
Lying in the gutter with the knickers in the bush, usual, you know.
Yeah. And just thought, yeah, see, I think I'll follow her then.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, my plan was to go through all my videos, even though there's only like 600 and odd of them, and like take snippets from each and then just put it together. But I think what I'll do is like, because I thought, I can just do it as a, like, you know, first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. But there's so much stuff and so much like I watched, like, I've took some snippets and then showed some of these and said, how funny are we? Like, just, you know, like, because it's just been hilarious. And I'm like, I want to put all of them in, but if I put them all in, it would take forever. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then it would be like a video. It would be like, oh no, I need to do like, here's like each month instead of the whole year. But then last year's would hardly have anything because I was hardly here last year. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
If you think about it as well, all the work that you'll have spent on doing like just 1 year, it'll be over and done within a 10-minute video. You know what I mean? It's amazing how much work has to be put into just one little, you know, video. Like,
and honestly, it's ridiculous. It just Chris Tyler 5-year birthday party. Could do, couldn't we? Why not? What day is it? What day? I will get that in a minute. What date is it? I'm just looking.
Just going to say hi to Elaine. I just noticed she's popped in.
Oh, it's a Saturday night.
Oh, is it? Ooh.
In the August, so I could do it on the Friday before. Hi, Susan. Just 612 videos to go through, Leonie. What's the problem? Some of the streams are like 6 hours long. Most of them are. So many of them are.
I've just read a comment that's Treasure Pirates Heather, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's put a comment on my live. She must have rewatched.
Yeah.
And instead of saying live, she's put lice.
Oh. So lice.
Yeah, congrats on your first lice.
Oh dear. Well, you know, being like at our age to not have had lice before, that's pretty good, isn't it? Usually most people get them as a child. Congratulations on your lice.
That's class.
Bless her. Yeah, we'll have a celebration for your first lice.
She's even put, you know, the tooting things, you know, the streamers.
Susan said, first lice, something to celebrate. Sylvia said, well, you've got the itch for it now.
I'll start scratching.
Sharon's like, not the lice you wanted or needed. That's funny. Bless her. It's great when things auto-correct you. Like in your live, when I wrote Brian instead of Brain. Then I just went with Brian as me Brain. That's his new name now.
Oh, but it helped me because I realised when I said about Brian being to the left of you. in Jasper to the right,
Yeah.
and then I realised that's a song.
Yeah. And I was like, clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Stuck in the middle with you. Yeah. But yeah, it was so now my brain has got a name. Brian the Brain.
Brain.
It's definitely him that causes all the problems because you know me, I'm so innocent, obviously.
Yeah, so just blame Brian.
Brian, yeah. Brian sounds like a person, you know, is a good person to blame in it.
Yeah.
I don't know Brian, I don't think.
No, I don't think I know Brian either. No.
What's he calling a baby Brian though? Do you know what I mean?
It's quite an old-fashioned name, is it not?
It's like calling a baby Keith. It's weird, isn't it?
I knew a Keith.
You know, but can you imagine picking him up as a baby and going, little Keith? Like, it's a bit weird.
It sounds a bit like, oh, look, you've got little teeth.
Yeah, Keith with his little teeth. But there's loads of names like that. But like, why would you pick that for your child?
I know, like some of the weird names that people come out with. Not just celebrities, but you know, other people.
Yeah.
And that I just think, where did you get that name from? You know,
you've tortured your child for life. How would you do that? You know what I mean? It's odd, very odd, very odd. But yeah.
Like I was supposed to be. My dad wanted me to call Kimberly, and all I can think of is Kimberly from Victoria Wood.
Yeah, Kimberly.
Yeah, and that's I'm quite glad I just got June, you know, and that was it. So, yeah. Can't imagine being called Kimberly, but obviously I would have got used to it. But
yeah,
just sounds wrong. So
I don't think they had a different name for me. My dad picked Elaine, but then they called us Lainey. And when I was little, I remember when I was about 5 and I used to go, I'm not Lainey, I'm not a baby, but now I want to be younger, so I'm Lainey. That works, doesn't it? So I only really took Lainey back when I was, that sounds really weird, because my parents stopped calling it. My uncle never did, but when I complained to my parents when I was about 5 not to call me it, they did stop calling me it. But my uncle used to still come in and go, little Lainey, and like rub the top of my head, you know. It was so annoying. And then yeah, and but then when I was about 20, no, I think I was 30 or nearly 30, and I used to play online gaming and that, and then I always sounded like people always thought I was older than I was because of my name. So I referred back to Lainey, and it's been that anyway ever since. So those people who knew us prior to that still struggle to call us Lainey. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So. Like I'm called June by like my family now and that, but when I was a kid, it was Junie Spoonie was my nickname, or Spooner. Yeah. Anything that rhymed with June, really. But my handle was on the CB radio. God, that sounds like I'm ancient. My handle on the CB radio was Spooner as well. So
mine was Strider. What on earth did I pick that for, and why? Because it just like I don't even know why I picked it. Me and my friend used to go on. She was the Lioness, and I was Strider, and I don't even know where it came from. It was just weird. And yeah. I forgot what else there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember. But anyway, we'll go back. Chris Harris says, Keith Lemon put a mini bandage on a baby's hand. Stephen said, what's wrong with being called Blanket? Perfectly fine name. Susan says, but June, you were born in December. I don't get it.
It's confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, should be called like people, sorry.
Oh, I guess most people would think like if you say your date of birth, they would expect you to say June because you're June. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. No.
Yeah, no, I should have been called something like Holly or
Yeah.
Eve for Christmas Eve, or
Yeah.
Yule log.
It's not very catchy.
Mince pie.
It's fine. Oh, jeez.
But
Um,
no, I was named after my Aunt June, that I'm my mum's sister, who was born in June.
right, I see. Chris Tyler says, what about Karen? I bet that name dies out. Sharon says, Karen is definitely a dead name. Stephen said, if I get a cat, I think I'll have to call it Karen. Sharon's laughing at the CB radio. Yes, we had CB radio. Hi, Lauren. Evening, everyone. Who remembers Nittany Nora, the bug explorer? Don't think they have visiting school nurses anymore. Yeah, we used to have the knit nurse at school.
Knit nurse, yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember my mum had a comb at home as well. But the thing is, there were 6 of us. So by the time it came to me, if anybody had knits, I was going to get it.
True. Yeah, my mum used to sit in front of her, go through her hair, conditioner and a knit comb. I like smashing them. I'm like weird. Smash them onto the comb. Am I weird? Yes, I'm weird. No, when the crack when you squeeze them. I'm evil. I know.
I never did that. Sorry. Is that a Sunderland thing?
Probably just a me thing.
Oh, anything.
But Lauren Taylor said, even though I just read that. Why am I mad? Lisa says, hi everyone. Hi Lisa. Chris says, what's the male version of a Karen? A Simon? A Darren? Karen and Darren. I don't know who'd be the male version of a Karen. No, that's bugged me. I don't know. I'll have to think. Stephen said, Strider, yeah. You used to have to say, what was it again? We used to say an eyeball. We used to meet up in that. Was it an eyeball? Yeah, it was called an eyeball. Yeah.
Like we had it in, it was my brother Phil's car. He's like the middle one between the 6 of us. It was his car, and myself and my brother James, who's closest to me in age, used to sit in his car of a night time instead of doing homework, and we'd go on. And I just remember them saying things like, how many candles are you burning? And I was like, why are they asking me how many candles am I burning? I'm not burning any candles. I'm in a car. And then I realized they wanted to know how old I was.
Yeah.
I hadn't a clue.
What's that? I would just go back a bit. Lauren says, Kimberly with the beret. Yes. Sharon says, a nitty gritty comb, best thing ever. Yeah, I got one of them that used to electrocute them. Not the kid. Yeah, not the kid, because that would be different. But like,
that's child abuse.
Yes, that's it. Is it? Ah, no. Yeah, you need to put it through, and like it kind of worked like when moths and that go into them.
Blood flapper thing.
Yeah, it kind of worked a bit like that, but maybe not as strong, because having it next to your head probably wouldn't be good. But yeah, you used to have one like that. Sharon said a Brad bead. I don't see Brad as being a Karen.
No, I think a Brad is in somebody in Australia with a surfboard.
Yeah. Stephen says, to be fair, she liked doing the same to her brother Pool Billy, but he's still here. I tried squishing them. Sharon says, I loved a good old eyeball. Lisa says, Google says David, as David has made the most complaints. David, I mean, I've got a David, but I don't class. Well, he is a whinger, actually, telling a lie. But I just make complaints. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I don't think he's a Karen. But anyway. What's your 20? Yeah, where are you, isn't it? Where you 20 where you are. Like an electric flea comb. Yeah. I'm not, well, I guess it's the same thing, you know. I use a flea comb, a knit comb on Jasper sometimes, because he has like an undercoat. This is 2 sets of like fur to get through the undercoat easier with the knit comb than I do, because normally it just brushes the top, like the deep brushes just brush the top of his fur and doesn't get in. I use a knit comb. Sometimes he don't like it. He's like, that was him not liking it. Good impression I did there, wasn't it? They should bring back CB speak. Yeah. I just remember, what's the film? I haven't. This Convoy, you know. I was just about to say, what's the film called? But this thing is, we've got us the convoy or whatever. So it's called Convoy, where all of the like trucks and that. Is that where they're running away from the police, and all the trucks line up so that the car can go across? But Reynolds in it, I think. And then they move out of the way when the police try and cross, so that I'll fall. I think.
Yeah, I remember that one, but yeah, it's a long time since I've watched it. But I remember Burt Reynolds in the car. Yeah.
Sharon says, I still have friends that now that I met on CB 30 odd years ago. I don't have any from back then. To be fair, probably half of them are weirdos anyway. me included.
Well, we got banned from the CB radio by my brother Phil, you see, because we spent too much time in his car of an evening on a school night, that we got told off because we weren't doing the proper, CB radio talk. He was very big enthusiast of it. And he was like, no, time's up. It's my time on. And then he'd appear about 2 a.m. in the morning, came from his car, and that after talking to Phil.
I might have chucked the radio off the wall. Wasn't mine.
You chucked it off the wall. Why?
I was nice, honest. No, because my brother, Billy, poor Billy, it was his radio, and he came. He said I could use it, and then he came back and wanted it back or whatever. Oh, you gotta go. I'm going on. Blah blah blah. And I was like, no, we had an argument, and I flung it off the wall.
Did you break it?
Yeah.
Oops.
So that was the last time I went on CB. Yeah, I was a lovely person, wasn't I? Yeah. Chris says broke a 1-9 over. And Susan says Lenny is definitely one of the weirdos. Yes, I am. I do believe. Is that a tick, Stephen? Or as in our electrifying ticks now?
Not a tick, but tick.
I don't know if it is a tick or just like a V with a longer side. I don't know. Sharon says, what Ariel did you have? I had a Thunderbolt. I am on Scooby because I didn't know technical. I know it was just this big long thing that was stuck in the garden somewhere on the shed that I didn't know what it was even on.
Oh, I don't know. Unless Phil had a name for it, I don't know. It was just on the car as an extra aerial on the car. So I don't know.
I know.
I wasn't an enthusiast. I was just a a little girl speaking on the CB radio. God, it's actually bad now when I think back.
Looks like a square root to me. Oh yeah, it does that as well. Is there something next to it? Or is it just my eye? I think it's my eyes. Lisa says, was you a naughty kid, Lenny? Actually, no, not really. I mean, I know I did that and that was awful. And I know that, like, I know I pushed the bed out the way when my brother fell and bust his nose. And that was awful. But in the most part, I was up until I was about 13. I was like absolutely lovely. I used to get my pocket money, and then I'd go and buy my mum a flower with it every time, like, you know. And then when I hit 13, I became a bit of an arse. Not get naughty, you know what I mean? Just to
Yeah. I think quite a few of us became arses when we were about 13 as well. Like I know, like we sold up the farm when I was 15, and I totally rebelled against it.
Yeah,
didn't want to move because I was the only one still at school, and so I ended up. I dyed my hair all different colors and went through a sort of emo stage. Yeah, like you do. And I would leave little notes as I went to school, you know, with my hair all like bright colours, saying, sorry, Mum.
Yeah. No, I went through the like, Mum, can I go to this party? Da-da-da. And she'd be like, no, I don't know who they are. And then I'd be like, you're ruining my life! You know what I mean? Dramatically walk up the stairs. That kind of thing. And then come in 15 minutes later than I should have been. And she'd be like, what time do you call this? And I'd be like, 11:15. Like, I was cool. Thinking I was class. And then she slapped us in the face for being cheap. I never got, like, I mean, well, I can probably mark on one hand how many times I got wrong. Do you know what I mean? But, like, wrong. I always say, I got wrong, and everyone goes, what? You mean you got told off? No, I got wrong. Anyway, I did wrong, I got wrong. Isn't it? But, yeah.
I'm just agreeing.
My mum used to just usually, when I was younger, which you just had to have a look. You just had this look, and it was like, you dare. And then you didn't dare because, you know what I mean? Wasn't worth
it. My mum always threatened my dad. My dad would be back in, you know, from milking the cows, or, well, obviously when we were still not when we lived in a house in a village. We didn't have cows then. But yeah, she always used to say, oh, Dad will sort you out, you know, he'll be in soon. So I would let him hide in my bedroom because I knew what my dad was like, you know, he would sort it out.
My mum never did that, but partly because, like, my dad couldn't, because he was away. He worked away for weeks at a time. So, like, if she hadn't done it, I'd be like, oh yeah, in 6 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever. It would never have worked. So, and what is she going to do? Have a notebook with every, like, little thing that happened?
Your dad comes back.
To be honest, plus my dad, he was like, get laid back. He was like, you know, this life and soul of a party. My mum was the stricter one. And she was actually strict but fair, you know what I mean? When I think now, and having had kids of my own, I realised that wanting to go to a party to someone who who I didn't actually know, do you know what I mean? It would be like, you know, I'd be like, Mum, can I go to Barbara's friend's cousin's party? You know what I mean? It's like I didn't know them or anything. But and of course she's not going to say no. She's not going to say yes. I'm 15, and like when I think back in the dangers, you know, like, you know, whereas like, but I had a friend, my like closest friend at the time. She just had to ring her mum and go, Mum, I'm staying at such and such. Mum didn't even know who the person was. She'd just go, okay, right, no worries, you know, and she just let her. No matter what age she was, we were like 13, 14, whatever. And I used to be like, it was like a totally different world. Sylvie says Thunderball and Fireball. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, like, when we moved through to near Aberdeen, it was like a totally different kind of life, because I lived in the middle of the countryside from
And
a
there
wee
you
town.
are. Yeah.
And I just remember going out to nightclubs, and it was like for over 25s nightclub. And I was like 16, and it was like, you know, I was so pretty naive, I would say, by at that point. And it was just like a whole new world had opened up, and I enjoyed it. You know, but it was so different from how I was brought up and, you know, where I was brought up, like.
So yeah. So Sylvia said Thunderball or Fireball, but I'm assuming she's talking about polls for the CB radio. Stephen said that in a bit. Lisa says, "Oh, that's so nice. I wonder if she meant about me pocket money and spending it on my mum, buying her a flower." My mum would do the same. I will tell your dad. Yeah, a lot of people do that, but my mum used to be like, "Well, your dad's not here. I have to deal with you." And to be honest, like getting wrong with my mum, the whole, you know, not getting wrong in the sense of being shouted at or whatever, because she didn't really raise her voice, my mum, but it was the, you know, I'm disappointed in you, because the disappointed in you was far worse, wasn't it, than being told it, like, no, just like, you know, just tell us I'm an awful person or something. Don't say you're disappointed, because it's just like, whatever.
Like, it kind of sticks with you, doesn't it? When somebody says, "Oh, you've disappointed me," I'm like, you think about it after, you know.
Yeah, it's a different time, isn't it? Like now than when we were young. Because I mean, I always think, what did we do? Because, like, you know, the kids these days, it's all computer games and whatever. But we were outside, weren't we? I remember being outside from, like, you know, say on a Saturday, for instance, get up, breakfast, watch a bit of Saturday TV, like Saturday morning telly, and then you were just out playing until you were, you know, you had to come in for your meal. Well, we had to go in for our meals and whatever, and then yeah,
because like we had our like pedal bikes and that in the farm, and we'd be like, after we'd had our breakfast, we'd go out for the whole day. We'd get a wee like jam piece and milk or something to take with us, and off we went, and we'd be away all day, because that was our lunch with us. And as long as we came back in time for, you know, for tea, you know, we could do whatever. So
we had to stay by the door, like she had to be able to see us up until really once we started going to school, as in like comp, where I needed to like get a bus. Otherwise, we literally were around the doors, like no further away than she could. If she shouted at us, we would have heard her. Do you know what I mean? Like, and otherwise, because we couldn't just, she would never let us just go up. But what the main thing I remember, we lived in a maisonette, at the bottom of a maisonette, and my mum used to bake every weekend, and so she'd have the windows open at the bottom of the maisonette, because the it was like when she was baking, she used to make my mummy was a great cook, and so she'd make like these they were like toffee, like the kind of toffee thing, but like it used to like stretch for years. And they were good night. I think it was just like a sugar water and maybe treacle or something in it. I'm not sure how she's making, but that was it. And it was just like, you know, like that. And the kids would be lined at a window waiting for it. She would just have to like, so she always made them for like the kids around the area. Or like you would see like there was like the cakes lined up, like, you know, cooling on the racks where the window was open. And there'll be just like loads of little kids just like this at these cakes. I always remember that. Hi Mel, hope you're all right. Chris says, who's died today, Lenny? Wait a minute. Have you had Ian call, text you? No, I don't guess this. I'm guessing no one. I'm guessing there's no one because he hasn't. Sarah says, I told a teenage member of my family that me and my mum shared our first phone and that it was a brick with an aerial, and her mind was blown. Yeah, can you imagine that now? No, I'm not. Like, Snake was the best thing ever. Why did we think that? That's the best thing ever. Like,
But I still remember that we had this would have been maybe late 70s, early 80s, possibly, and it was like this game sort of thing that you plugged into the telly, and it was basically just a stick either side and a wee ball, and it just went bing,
yeah.
bing. And we played this for ages.
What was it called? Man, Pong. Yes, Sharon. Yeah, and you just moved the thing up and down. And you could also, there was a gun thing for something as well. Was that for the same game or different?
No, we just had this the thing that went
yeah,
up and
down. You could get a gun part of it. My cousins had the gun part of it, we didn't. But yeah, and we used to play that for ages. And like, why? It wasn't that exciting, was it? When you think about it, but it did. Like, we were like, wow. I remember getting our first computer. We got a Spectrum between the three of us, and we had like a telly, but it was only used for the computer. It was like the green one, the green screen thing. And yeah, we got that, and I was talking. I can't remember what I was talking. Was it my brother? When we were talking about things that were played on it, and the Wild Bunch. There was just these cowboys like that were supposed to be running away from like. You were supposed to run away from like getting arrested or whatever, and there would be nuggets and things on the way. It was like so basic because all it was words, really. Yeah. You didn't do anything. There was no actual horses going along.
Oh, yeah. It was just like a story, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just a story with a picture. So you didn't actually do anything, but you were like,
you just read it.
Yeah. We also had the fruit machine game on the Spectrum, and it used to do all the flashing lights, and then you won and all that, and hold and nudgies and everything. And I remember telling Billy, me and my sister told Billy that if you stand at the slot next to the telly, the money comes out when you win. I was mean honest. It was funny because he stayed for ages. And I went,
I would have been there waiting.
Yeah, he was waiting with his hands out. Just stay there with your hand. It'll come in a minute. So funny. But there was Punch and Judy, and it was just like jumping over things. Okay. You know, honestly, it was. And then when we moved upgraded, we had Dizzy, which was an egg. I loved that game. And we had the little guy with the skateboard. What was his name? I was talking to my brother about it the other day and I can't remember it again.
We had Frogger. It was like a big sort of. It was supposed to be a handheld game, but it was big. And it was like frogs that jumped onto lily leaves or something. And and you got through different stages. And then we had little ones, the little games that were just like little screens, and it was Donkey Kong, I think it was. And it was like a monkey that got up to the big monkey at the top.
Oh yeah, and we had, and then I remember we went like the amusements, and they started to get all the like really cool game machines in the 80s and that, like Street Fighter and the car racing ones and Paperboy and Dizzy was I think in there as well as the little guy with skateboard whose name I can't remember, but like we used to go there to play. And yes, because I tell you why, when I was talking to Billy about it, we were telling the boys, because obviously they've got all the latest virtual headset things and all that. I had to go at that virtual thing. Not for me. Not for me. Yeah, well, I only played the one where you've got to catch the boxes or something. I don't think I could do an actual thing. David did the roller coaster, and he was like, "Whoa!" Like probably screaming that. No. Yeah, I mean, he good. Lauren Taylor says, "My mum never threatened us with our dad. She didn't need to. Scary as." And Sharon agreed with hers. Chris said must be summer down under. Oh. And then Mel said, so nice to see you live. I've missed you. I know you haven't been around for ages. I haven't seen you anywhere. I think you've just started doing videos again, actually. I tell lies.
Because Mel did her trip over to America, didn't she, last year?
Yeah. Yeah, that was, like, she put a few videos out about that. Yeah, Sharon said Pong, Sylvie said Pong, and Susan said, we had Pong, blew our minds. It did. Sharon said Frogget was the one. Is that what you were talking about with the frog thing?
Maybe that's it. It was Frogger, or something like that. I just remember it was like it went from one side and then there was like that.
Yeah.
Built up. And you didn't reach the top, it went on to the next level or whatever. If you got rid of the frogs or whatever.
Susan said, I had a ZX Spectrum, half an hour load game from cassette. Yes, I think that's what we had. You had to type in, was it like ZX dash load game or something? I can't remember the sequence of it. And then you'd press play on the tape, and then you get
I remember that.
Loaded, and then it was just like, oh my god. And then every so often it'd be loading for like say 10 minutes, and you get waiting, and then it would go load error, and you'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, so you're taking the tape out and you get like blowing in it and trying to sit up to make sure that it was still working, and then putting it in, and then it would do it again, and you'd be like devastated. Star's back in the room, which is good. So I also had Pong, and he loved it. Donkey Kong, yeah, that was in the
arcades.
Yeah, the arcades. Yeah. Because we never got to the. I think I was when SNES and all that came out. I'd lost interest. My brother didn't. He ended up with an Amiga something. He got a couple I think it was called an Amiga. I just remember there was a car game on it that my mum used to love. And me and my brother would be like, Mum, it's 2:00 in the morning. Can you get out of your room so I can go to sleep? It's really playing this car game. And it was funny because my mum would be like playing it, right? And she would look it determined. But her tongue was always like flying out of my mouth like this. And then she'd go, and then she'd go around corners, and it'd be like, and the tongue would change size. She also moved as well. It was so funny when you think about it. I know if I concentrate, sometimes I do the tongue thing now and then, but like not like my mum. But it was honestly, it's funny. Susan says I got a SNES in the early 90s and wasted many an hour on Donkey Kong. I don't think I ever played Donkey Kong. Still had Donkey Kong on his N64. Susan still got a SNES. Yeah, Sarah says, I know it's moving forward a few years, but the screech of the dial-up internet, which it was the same as the screech when we were loading, if you had sound on, when you were loading your Spectrum, the screech was very similar, wasn't it? That sort of, you know? Like, kids don't know, like, what the difference, because everything is so instant, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, now, it's like they want to play a game, it's just straight away, it's there. Never happened to wait like we did.
Like my mum is, I remember when they changed from dial-up to, broadband and that, and it took, my mum was like, oh, it's going to be super quick. So she'd like Google something and that, and it wouldn't come up as quick as she'd hoped. So she'd then keep pressing it. So then there was about 12.
Yeah. That reminds us as well on dial-up was you get off the internet, I need your phone, because you couldn't use the phone and the internet at the same time. It was really frustrating, especially like because we had to take turns, so you'd be like, right, you've got 10 minutes, you've got 10 minutes, you've got them, or whatever it was that we got, and you can guarantee someone would ring or someone would need to ring out at like my time or something, you know what I mean? It was was just annoying. But yeah. Lisa says we had a Mega Drive 2 on Sonic and Lion King. I think my son had Lion King. When he had it. Well, I think the first I bought him a PlayStation 1 was the first game console I bought him, and I think he was 7. I'm gonna say. I'm not sure. I think. Hi George. Hope you're well. But yeah, where?
George, or am I away? Is it George as in Georgie or George as in? Oh, it's George.
They're both Georgie, apparently. George's Treasure Shed. Yeah. Chris Tyler says, I had one called Blip. I don't recall that. What is Blip?
No. Can't think.
Stephen says, we used to be carried out screaming from public places and made to sit in the toilets with the nanny. No. What is that if you got wrong for doing something? Lisa, I used to do that with the Mega Drive cartridges. I'm assuming she means blowing them to make them work. Right. I remember doing that as well with the kids. Susan said we had so much patience back then. Now if the Wi-Fi goes down for 10 seconds, I'm kicking off. Yeah. I'm the same. It's like, what you don't appreciate how much it works until it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then you just become this raging loony because, well, I'm a raging loony anyway, but you just, you know what I mean? Like, it just, Google tell me. You just change, don't you? You're like, just like, it just takes over. It's awful.
Oh no, I've had like Paul gets frustrated sometimes with laptop that it nearly goes out the window.
Yeah. It's too easy, isn't it? So Sharon said asteroids, it's just faster and faster. Oh yeah, when you're trying to, it's like Space Invaders, isn't it? When you're trying to like move across to shoot everything, and then it goes faster and faster. The clever, like the higher you go.
Yeah. But like the snake that would go faster and faster on them as well, wouldn't it? On the phone. Yeah.
Susan says, used to do eBay in the early days on dial-up just to do a listing. Yeah, I remember that.
That would be like, sorry.
Yeah. No, go on. I was saying, go on.
No, I was going to say, does that mean that you only managed to list one postcard in a month because of dial-up?
Yeah, I can imagine. But to be honest, back then, that's all we knew, and it was so cool. Like, it's only looking back that you think, oh my God, but like, now, because we knew no different. You know, it was like first getting remote controls for your telly and not having to get up. Do you know what I mean? Things like that.
Well,
yeah, or not having to send your kids.
Yeah, yes.
And when I remember having the aerial on the inside, you know, like on the telly, and just sort of like trying to get my brother to stay in a certain place to hold the aerial.
I remember that in your line. It was like that, and you had to like bend it right.
Yeah, and like, I mean, you'd be like doing this all around the room, like holding the aerial, and I'd be like, stop there, and he's like, stop there to try and watch it. Stuff says not posh, but I was privileged. I can't even say that. Privileged. Wait a minute. I was privileged until my father died. There you go. Sylvia says, I worked in the game industry for years. I got all the new game consoles. My kids loved it. I bet. And a picture load in one line at a time. Yeah, just going along. It was like you know, when you go along with the typewriter. I just have visions of that. Trying to phone someone in the dial-up days, constantly engaged. Because everybody was on there. Hi, Mandy. Lisa had Crash Bandicoot on the PS1. Well, David had Spyro the Dragon, which I loved. I love Spyro the Dragon. I stopped playing it like for a while. He had some Mario or something or other, can't remember which, and it's FIFA, because he loved football. And he's had FIFA every year from us since since that first one. It's like lots of FIFAs. We can't call it FIFA now. It's called something else because they lost the rights.
Okay.
EA Sports coming out of the football thing. But it's still FIFA.
Yeah. I remember I used to babysit would have been my second eldest sister. And the two boys, well, they're not boys now, they're adults.
Yeah.
But they used to be into their FIFA and that, and they'd play it when I was babysitting. I just let them, I was like, entertain yourselves,
Yeah.
And then the girls would like play hairdressing on my hair. And I still remember this, totally away from this computer games, but I remember one of the boys, I won't name him, but he knows, decided to play with these toy helicopters and cars and stuff, and he came over, thought, oh, this is exciting, this hairdressing, that the two girls were doing, and proceeded to put his helicopter into my hair and twisted it around.
Oh dear.
To the point I had to cut it out.
Ouch.
And I just remember the next day I had to like stay over, sleep over. And the next day parents came home, and over breakfast it was like, I think Auntie June was really unhappy with us last night. I'd be like, yeah, because I had a toy helicopter in my hair.
Oh dear.
So,
yeah. Lisa says, I'm not old enough for No Control, but I am old enough for video. So I remember us having a Betamax.
Oh yeah.
Betamax video. And then we got a VCR, and like the ones that used to come up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, aye. And then sometimes it would stick halfway as well.
Yeah. And then someone would be like, it's taped over Coronation Street. That's me. Run away.
God, that's bringing back memories, man.
Yeah. We had the Scotch tapes. And I remember the advert with the skeleton, re-record, not throw away, or whatever it was. I can't remember what was it? Re-record. What was the tagline?
I can see it. Yeah.
Basically, they were saying that they were like really good. Anyway, and we used to have the stickers, and it would be like "Mum's tape" on the stickers. Not like what it was. It would just be "Mum's tape."
Mum's tape.
do not record over or whatever. Where am I? Susan says, eBay wasn't a business for me back then, so just listen to the odd person item, but it was very slow. Yes, it was, and it was also the time you used to get cash in the post. I remember.
And postal orders and stuff.
Postal orders, and then someone would literally put £1 in copper in an envelope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just mad. Cash in the post, postal orders. Just random. It was so weird. Susan says top load of VCR was a remote control on a wire about 3 foot long. I don't remember. I don't think I remember the wire. I remember I think we had a Ferguson video recorder at one point. And then you get all the Bush tapes, and is it because everything that you could get on for CDs and stuff, you would get the same brand would do DVDs and videos and not DVDs, videos and that back then. But yeah,
I remember my parents bought, instead of using the cover that you put the videotape in, they would buy these plastic boxes that you put the tape in to save it, and then put a sticker on the side, like it looked like a book.
Yeah. But when everyone had those mahogany pieces of sitting room furniture where they were like sort of like a kind of triangular shape to make sure the telly fit in, because the tellies back then weighed a ton, didn't they? Like the big back tellies, and then you had slots at the side. So you had a slot for your video recorder, and then you had a drawer at the bottom, and then you had slots down the side for your tapes, and then that's why you had them all lined up. You know what I mean? It was funny back in the day. Sarah says trying to open a pack of blank tapes was a workout. It was.
Hi, because you could never find the little bit that you peeled.
Yeah, and it was so tightly sealed that you couldn't just sort of dig it, because you would like dig the actual cassette essentially. So yeah, it took hours of fun trying to open that. Lisa says my auntie bought the ones that looked like books. I think everybody had them, didn't they, at one point, just to like look a bit fancy. Yeah, Sylvie said yes, the video library, literally. Yeah, but I remember. It's funny because when my mum hired a video camera in 1986, so there's footage of me when I was 11, doing weird dance moves and stuff. Still the same now, but still. And my granddad, I was really close to my granddad, and my mum went in with the video camera, and my auntie said to him, "Hey Dad, what do you think of this?" and pointed at my mum with a video camera, and he went, "It's a Fears." You know, I'm like, you imagine him now, what he would think, like. Because he used to take photos on the beach, you know, with a cover over your head. And when it went digital, he stopped being a photographer. Didn't want to change, I don't think, and became a bus conductor. But he always, he always fixed things and stuff. You know what I mean? And like watches, clocks, and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I wonder what he would think now, like. How much it's come on. He just thought it was a phase and that no one would keep doing it. But yeah, everyone now can video, which is kind of strange, really, when you think about it, isn't it?
I still remember slides, you know, like photograph slides and that from holidays and that, and it'd be like they'd invite like all the neighbours round to watch, you know, a slideshow. And had like a white screen that they put up and that, and watch these slides, and that was the kind of movie back then, you know. I was thinking, God, they had the neighbours and they probably were totally bored by the 500th slide of the same thing, you know.
I remember holding up, you know what? Yeah, called. You know when you get your photograph and then you get like the negatives, that's it.
Yeah.
And the little negative things. I used to, instead of looking at the photographs and seeing, I would hold them up to see if I could guess what photograph it was. How much excitement did I have?
I have to confess, I used to look at them too.
Hold them up to the light so you could see. I don't know why.
I think for me it was to see if I missed any, you know, if they printed off them all.
Yeah.
They would like double check to
see. But like every photo I ever took, like considering now that I take photos that all had the heads off, someone was like half in, you know what I mean? It was like I'd cut them in half, or I'd cut them like the top of their head or whatever. It would always be weird, like somehow. And I think, how do I do photos now? Because yeah. But it was so funny. So funny. Right, what are they saying? Let's have a look. P said, my family was the only... Sorry?
I'm just going to go and powder my nose.
No, right, BCP. My family was the only one in the street with a Betamax. The local video shop only had 3 films, so we watched the same 3 films all the time. What 3 films was it, BCP? Do you remember? Do you remember what it was you watched? Sarah says, when I was 3 or 4, I managed to get the TV volume stuck on maximum, and the whole house was booming with my mum desperately trying to turn it down. Oh, bless. Sharon says, and there was also a bloke in a van with a VHS in his back. Oh, yeah. Why? They were like the blockbusters of the day, weren't they? Like, used to just come round with a van in the street, and they were like always called Paul or something. And I don't know, it was just weird. It's like you'd hire a video of them for £1 or something. It was 50 pence. Some of them were, I don't know. But yeah, everyone had one. Now, at least I had one on a Friday. Sylvie says, our foreign holiday evenings. Not sure what that's relation to, because, when you waffle on in here, you forget. Sarah says, yep, and certain types on VHS were awful quality, as they had copied a dozen times. Or like the dodgy tapes. Chris says, what was your first vinyl record you bought? Mine was Shawali Wali's album. Mine was was Frankie by Sister Sledge, and that was when my dad took us to the record shop, and he said you can pick whichever one you wanted, and that was what I picked. And then I picked when I first went myself with my own pocket money, I picked Brother Beyond's Harder I Try, some style. Sylvie said, Viewmaster, loved mine. Oh yeah, the red Viewmaster where you put the things in, and then oh yeah, I remember them. Hi Hydron. The viewfinder with the round cardboard slides that you could click on to the next one. Yeah, that's the Viewmaster thing. You had to yank it proper down, didn't you? Wasn't the stick bit yellow so the Viewmaster was red and then the stick bit was yellow, I think. Yeah. I tell you what I remember. I'm not sure what year Home Alone came out, but my brother got the recording thing, that came from Home Alone, and then he changed it. It would change your voice and all that. He got one of those, and oh my God, he tortured us with us. He was like sneaking in on your conversation, like trying to listen to you and that. It's annoying. Your first tape was Thriller. Yeah. I'm sure my sister got that for Christmas on cassette. Like this, because there's only 18 months apart. She got like more grown up stuff, and I got like a Barbie caravan that year, I think. I think mine was to do the Batman. Do the Batman. Yeah, God, that was annoying. You only remember two of the films, Moby Dick and The Lady Killers. Well, that's some difference, isn't it? Yours was Absolute Madness. There's no surprise, Sharon. Yours was The Partridge Family. Or is that like the video you had? Susan says, claim to fame, I met the lead singer of Shawali Wali in the newsagents where I did my paper round. But that was cool. Shawali Wali, can't even say it. I only remember Under the Moon of Love. That one, isn't it? That's what I remember of him. BCP Lady Killers classic. I don't think I've seen it. Have you seen that film, The Lady Killers?
Don't think so.
No, I don't think I have either. So the lead singer of Shawali Wali was a Leicestershire man. Oh, was he? I think he owned one of the big nightclubs here too. Lady Killers, the original version, brilliant film. Oh, so I've never seen it. Lisa says be back later. I don't know how much longer I'll be here, but if I'm still here, I'll see you then. And she probably never heard anything because she's already gone. Star says that's odd because I know someone who met the lead singer of Shawali Wali in the newsagents where they did a paper. Strange that. Partridge Family was my first album. Oh, did they have an album, the Partridge Family? I know. What's the ones with all the squares? Is that the Partridge Family?
I don't know who the Partridge Family are. Don't know. I was just thinking, has Stephen got a story about Shawaddy like he has of Jimmy Somerville?
Could do. You never know. Hadrian says, my claim to fame is that I had a 3-year, 1 weekend each fling with Joe Cocker's keyboard player. Ooh.
So I'm reading that again. A 3-year, 1 weekend each fling.
I'm guessing it was like one day a weekend for 3 years.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's what it means. Yeah. I know my friend's mom. She was singing the drummer in the Kinks. Awesome. Isn't it weird though when you're like, oh yeah, it's just the drummer in the Kinks, so like you're just like, oh well, it's not the lead singer, so isn't it why people do that? If someone's like Sylvia said, love the Lady Killers, the little lady was great, glad she got all the money in the end. Oh, is that a spoiler? I'm guessing we don't need to see it because the lady got all the money. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sharon says, yes, it is. Never remake good films. They had 4 albums, The Partridge Family. That's not it's Partridge Family, the David Cassidy one, because obviously I know he sings. What the heartthrob in the early. What's the other ones with where they're all loons and they do that thing where like somebody, it's their voiceover and they're going like that or something, and they're like being mean. I can't remember, and I'm just gonna say one of them's called Sharon, and they're not, right? Sorry, Sharon, but like see the other one wants to murder her sister or something, and she's like, she was mean to me, and it'll be like hearing her voice, like her inner voice, but like she'll be just going like this.
The Monkeys.
It up.
Is it the Monkeys?
No, it's a family. It's like 2 families come together, 2 separate families come together as one big family, I'm sure. Someone tell me what it's called, please, because I'm just going to lose my marbles. I haven't got any marbles.
I think somebody's written in the chat down the bottom, Dodo's put the Brady Bunch.
Yes, the Brady Bunch. That's them. And they like they used to do this voiceover thing. I didn't make that up, did I? Anyone?
Can't help you out. Never watched it. Heard of it.
Yeah. I know that. So he said, Ken Dodd once tickled me with his tickle stick at the opening of our local KFC. I don't know why that makes me laugh, but why was it's opening a KFC and everyone's there getting tickled? Oh, jeez. I hope he had chicken feathers in his chicken stick. And his tickle stick, I mean, not his chicken stick. That's totally different.
Yeah, I'm just getting a chicken bucket and I get a wee tickle.
Yeah. That's funny. Stoll says, you were diddled, so... The monkeys. Yeah. So he says, I got to give Princess Anne a huge bouquet when she visited our area. I did curtsy and everything. I think it was Princess Anne who came here. I don't know why she was coming here, but Thompson Park over there, the kids were out with the dog, and there was all these, like, the kids were like, what's going on? All these guys with, like, you know, headsets and things, and, you know, like, he's all dressed in black, like Men in Black or whatever, and all like searching the area and that. And then in lands her helicopter. My 2 kids are gone. Who's she? Who's she? Anyone know who she is? And then someone told her it was Princess Anne, and they were like, I don't know who Princess Anne is. Oh, it's a good job no one interviewed you saying, oh, did you see Princess Anne? And they'd be like, who? Yeah. Yes, the Brady Bunch. I think it's definitely the Brady Bunch with all the squares. But didn't they do that thing where they were like,
Oh,
voiceover. They were like blonde. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, I get it now. There was like little squares on the screen, and they would talk
Yeah.
to each other. And I remember now.
The Leonie Bunch. Thanks. Yeah, that's a Brady Bunch, yes. I can see the message. Yeah, so the woman had 3 daughters and the man had 3 sons.
Okay.
And then, and they used to do this weird, like, voiceover kind of thing. And I think one day she was going to something, like, there was, like, one of the daughters who was pretty and thought she was fabulous. And the other daughter who, like, didn't think that of herself, and she was, she thought her sister was, like, all in the limelight or whatever. And this one time she got this big spot, the, like, pretty one, and she was going to a date. And then it was just like, you could just, it was weird when I think about it, but yeah, I remember watching it, just can't remember now. Sarah says, so those were your marbles that saw rolling away earlier. Yes, Sarah, there were. So he said it was a fix. My granddad was the local mayor at the time, so of course I got chosen. I would say look for you, Sylvia, but Lauren says, yes, you do know the Partridge Family. Good God, how old am I? Yeah, the Partridge Family. I don't think I ever watched that, but I knew, like, David Cassidy was in it. Yeah, I did watch it on repeat. I don't know why it was I watched it on repeat, but I did. I think, when you do that thing where something comes on and you just zone out watching it and you don't even know why you're watching it. It's kind of like, do you know what I mean? It was kind of like that. And then I was like, yeah, this is weird. But I still kept watching because I'm strange like that. But yeah, ended in 1974. That's a year before I was born. I think I'm getting like some sort of chest thing. I can feel when, like, when you breathe like in deep and it sort of, you can feel it. I think I'm getting something, and every so often I keep losing my voice a bit, croaky. And I'm like, ugh. And do you know what the worst thing is? It's like, I've got to use that machine, and that worries us because it's inevitable, isn't it? When you've got carers coming out and stuff and around everybody else who's sick and ill and whatnot. It's just one of them things. But hopefully it won't progress. That's fingers crossed. I've also got like a huge spot there on my lip with the guitar. Falling apart. I'm falling apart.
See, that's what happens when you get nearer and nearer to this 50, See, I'm over the 50, so I've fallen apart.
When I get to 50, do I just like, like you see, like in films and that, when a car, like an old car, just goes and it just all falls apart. That's going to be me. Just like it will fall off.
And then it just all like pings back together over time.
I need that bit. Thanks. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap up because I didn't want to stay on too long. And I thought to myself, I'll do an hour. And it's already 2 hours and 7 minutes. So that's more than I was going to do. But yes, thank you so much for joining me, Junie. It has been an absolute pleasure. And thank you to everyone in the chat for joining in and having a laugh and whatever. It's been fun. So he says, I'm so past 50 they don't make spare parts anymore. And Sarah says, every day the carers will have to come in and reassemble. Yes, reassemble. Yeah, that'll be true. Sylvia, just another short video to add to the other 600. Yeah. By the time I do them, they'll probably be 700 or something. So yeah, that'll be fun.
You're just so happy with that, aren't you?
Oh God, editing. No. Yeah, it was lovely to see you all. Good night. Bye, Hadrian. Goodbye, Susan, Sarah, Sharon, BCP, Chris. Who else was there? Pete was there earlier. Mandy was there. My brain's just gone. Stephen, and everyone else. Thank you so much, and I will see you all again at some point.
Bye.
Bye.